So our third caution has come out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the North Carolina Education Lottery 200, presented on speed by Yamaha. Stay with us. Welcome back. Beautiful shot of uptown Charlotte, North Carolina. Just a few miles to the northeast here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Currently running in the 6th spot. It is Kimi Räikkönen.
That's fun, right?
Up in 6th. Spectacular.
Yeah. Business is going to pick up here on this restart.
You got to like his attitude, though. Clean the tires up, get ready for this restart. You got to like his attitude, though, Phil. He could have said, I'd rather pit now and not be up in the middle of all this till I get my wits about me. I think he thinks he's got his wits about him.
But we've seen him, as you can see, what kind of a special career he's had at only 31 years old. But we've seen him pass a lot of trucks here already tonight.
And has looked impressive. Again, just 9 seasons in Formula One. He had 18 wins there and capturing that 2007 Formula One champion. Now let's go trackside to Ray Dunlap.
A bit of a dilemma for many of these crew chiefs deciding what to do. The guys who had stayed out earlier kind of had painted themselves into a corner. But for Austin Dillon, they made a decision here at lap 29. They came to pit road because he was so terribly loose. They wanted to make a big track bar swing and air pressure. They got in at lap 29. That allows them now to pit just one more time. He'll restart deep in the field, but they need one more pit stop to go to the end. Hermie?
We're rated 33 of Ron Hornaday came back to pit road for 2 reasons. To top off with fuel again, and the front windshield in this brand new truck had come loose. They retightened that and sent him back on the racetrack. Rick?
You want to make sure the windshield's tight on your truck when you're going 177 miles an hour. Field all in line, 2 by 2. Green flag back out at Charlotte. Timothy Peters, James Buescher battling for the lead once again. Buescher on the inside, Peters on the outside.
Peters got the initial jump, then James Buescher came on strong, but Peters looks good on the outside.
Here comes Kyle Busch on the inside in that second row.
By the way, that's Kimi Räikkönen. He's going to jump to the outside of his boss and teammate.
15 moving up the racetrack, trying to catch it as he goes up high. James Buescher also slips and he drops all the way back to 4th.
3 wide off turn 4.
Timothy Peters out in front. Kyle Busch runs 2nd. Clint Bowyer is 3rd. And running 4th now is James Buescher.
Jason White on the outside of Kimi Räikkönen off turn 2. We talked about Jason qualifying pretty well. He usually runs really good when he qualifies inside the top 20, and that's what he's done. Marched straight to the front. He's got a really good truck. 3 wide again.
The 93 on the outside of Shane Sieg. He's slowing just a bit.
There's Austin Dillon coming on the inside of Chris Fontaine in the 84 truck. You can see right there, Shane Sieg has made some contact with the outside wall. He's up in the speedy drive for Miguel Paludo's truck. I think that may be what happened to him. Just sent him in the wall, just had no grip up there. Then there were 3 and 4 wide going by Shane Sieg.
Ron Hornaday at the bottom of that.
And he just spun out, you know. But he said 4 wide will give me a couple of spots here. I got to go for it.
Timothy Peters in front of 2 Cup stars.
Clint Bowyer's been able to make his way by Kyle Busch. Remember, Clint Bowyer has already been to pit road. Kyle Busch has not been to pit road yet.
Looking at the bottom of the racetrack, Clint Bowyer trying to get by that 17 of Timothy Peters.
Timothy Peters also has not made a pit stop as of yet.
Peters, Bowyer, Busch, and Buescher, your top 4. Right behind them, Matt Crafton. Then it's Johnny Sauter, Jason White, Cole Witt, Brad Sweet, and Justin Marks, your top 10.
3 of our top 4 right now have not yet pitted. There's Brendan Gaughan. I mean, the good battle right here. Brendan on the inside in that South Point Toyota.
And a couple of Formula One guys. There's Kimi Räikkönen racing beside Nelson Piquet Jr. And then Ricky Carmichael bringing up the rear of that little battle. What about that? A couple of Formula One drivers and the greatest motorcycle racer of all time right here on speed in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. This is fun.
How about that? This is the 2nd Formula One world champion to make his NASCAR debut in the Camping World Truck Series. Jacques Villeneuve did that back at Las Vegas a few years ago.
Last time Kimi and Nelson Piquet Jr. raced against each other was actually in 2009, the F1 Hungarian GP. Battle for 3rd now between James Buescher, and look at how low Kyle Busch runs him down the racetrack.
I'd say that was a
he's upset about something. Yeah, he's not happy with something that James did, obviously.
Looks like there might have been a little contact to the right side, or excuse me, the left side of that 18. And now Buescher all over his back bumper.
Kyle's going to move up the racetrack, opens up the bottom for Buescher. You see Johnny Sauter and his teammate Matt Crafton side by side behind these two.
Those two running for the 5th position. Teammates back there. And now Buescher trying to make the charge back by that 18 of Kyle Busch.
Looks like he got a loose, had to chase it a little bit.
Now he's going to have his hands full because I think Kyle's still a little bit upset.
Kyle Busch not happy. James Buescher just in front of him, able to put 2 truck links between the 2 trucks.
I think things would be better for James if he's able to drive away from Kyle a little bit.
And he's able to. That was a great move by James Buescher. Had the pressure of knowing Kyle was going to side draft him, but yet he made the corner, kept his truck going straight, and made the pass. That's a pretty good move.
And we haven't seen a lot of that on Kyle Busch at all this year. He's been to victory lane 3 times of the 5 races he started in 2011.
He doesn't get past much.
Now Austin Dillon getting by Clay Rogers in the 92.
Austin takes over the 19th position. Now remember, he pitted late.
What about our
number 29?
What about how cool our top 10 is? PK Jr.'s 10th, Brad Sweet 9th, Jason White, Cole Witt, all these guys running inside the top 10.
Timothy Peters in front of Clint Boyer by 0.3 of a second. James Buescher runs in the 3rd spot, Kyle Busch 4th, and Johnny Sauter in 5th. We're going to slip away for 60 seconds and be right back to action. Tomorrow night on Speed, it's checkers or wreckers. As the stars come out, the gloves will come off for the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race. With $1 million on the line, nobody's holding back for NASCAR's best. Don't miss the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, live and only right here on Speed.
I would almost guarantee you it's going to be checkers and wreckers. There's going to be both of those tomorrow night.
You see we got problems already for the 28 of Wes Burton. He got into the wall on the right side, down on the apron. We stay green.
All by himself. Got a little bit loose maybe, or just
maybe got in a little harder than he had possibly, and the splitter got on the ground. You saw it sparking and he just couldn't get the truck to turn. This guy's not having any problem getting his truck to turn. Look at that line. What a beautiful line that was. High into the corner and cuts it right down to that white line.
And remember, he is pulling away from a guy who's already been on the pit road. Clint Boyer's been on pit road. Timothy Peters hasn't.
And Clint put right side tires on too, so we know he has fresher tires than Timothy Peters. 100th career start tonight for Timothy Peters.
Big
just
milestone.
celebrated his anniversary the other day. 4th year they've been married, and then 100th start tonight. He's leading the race. Life is good for Timothy Peters.
Absolutely. If you can just hold on for 90 more laps. But remember now, he hasn't stopped yet, Mikey. We're 44 laps into this race. Yes, we've had some caution laps that will extend his pit window, but look for him around probably around lap 55, maybe at the latest.
I thought we were within 10 laps or so of seeing some of these trucks on pit road. But what I'm loving, Phil, is the strategy that has been played early. It's proven that you don't have to have tires to lead the race. You have to have gas to finish the race for sure. So that'll be something that'll come into play. But I like the 2-tire versus 4-tire versus no tires early in the going. Answered a lot of questions for these teams.
I like this battle. 9th position on the line for Brad Sweet and Jason White. White currently holds it. We've seen Brad Sweet look to the inside already.
Nelson Piquet Jr. has made his move up to the 8th spot.
Drove around these two.
Yeah, he was 10th here just a couple laps ago. There's Brendan Gaughan. He's going to jump to the outside, which he certainly loves. He told me, he said, I haven't figured the qualifying thing out yet. I'm a little bit rusty qualifying, so I just ran my race line, which that's where he ran qualifying, right up there.
Up towards the wall, and up towards the wall he goes to take 10th away from Brad Sweet.
Coming off a great run at Dover. Actually 2 top 10s in his last 3 starts, as you can see, for Brendan.
Trying to get that momentum back from back in 2003.
He likes it up there.
Jason knows he's there. Fortunately, he's got a great spotter, aware of his surroundings. He knows Brendan's up there, and he had a run, gave him some room.
Takes 9th away from Jason White, so Brendan Gaughan back up into the top 10.
Wes Burton there down on the apron. That truck's damaged from the contact into the wall.
And here comes Kimi Räikkönen. Räikkönen currently running in the 12th spot. Another truck that didn't come to pit road.
He's hung in there pretty well too. He restarted about 6th. and he's only fallen back to 12th, and that's with about everybody behind him with probably fresher tires.
And something really interesting is getting ready to happen to this young man when he has to make his first pit stop under green flag conditions. He'll have a really tough time of carrying enough speed to pit road without overdoing it.
How about this list of F1 world champions that have competed in NASCAR? Kimi Räikkönen here tonight, Jacques Villeneuve, we talked about back a few years ago in Las Vegas, Mario Andretti, Daytona 500 winner as well as a world champion, and Jimmy Clark made a start at Rockingham back in 1967.
Kimi Räikkönen pretty impressive. Now earlier today during practice, he was trying to get onto pit road, came too fast. That was during practice. Now think about what it's going to be like at race speed if he has to come onto pit road under green flag conditions.
He couldn't even get to pit road under caution earlier. They tried to get him in then and he didn't make it. So now we're going to do it under green. He's got to go from 180 miles an hour, Phil, down to 45.
This may be one of the most challenging things he's going to face during this race. He's done a terrific job so far. He's already bounced off the wall a little bit, but he's passed a lot of trucks. He's maintaining a good position. He's staying out in front of Ron Hornaday, who has tires.
Yeah, Ron Hornaday drove up to within 3 or 4 truck lengths of Kimi, but he's driven away from Ron and starting to drive up toward that battle for a top 10 spot. A great job by this guy early in the going.
Battle for the second position starting to build. James Buescher and Clint Bowyer.
Remember, James Buescher is another one of those trucks that has not stopped yet. Clint Bowyer stopped back on lap number 21, put right side tires on. James Buescher has to be within 5-6 laps of stopping, I got to believe.
And Buescher's able to get by Clint Bowyer. Here comes Kyle Busch back there on the 18. So Buescher gets by Clint Bowyer, still out front. Timothy Peters has a 2-second lead over this battle for second.
Oh, we got a spin in turn 4.
The 18 of Busch goes around, slides in turn number 4, tries to stay off the wall. He does.
Good job.
And that brings out the 4th caution of the night.
That's not something you see every day.
You see it almost happen about every race.
Stuff here, bud. Try to get you fixed up. 4 tires and gas when pit road's open here, buddy.
Kyle Busch running in the 4th position. And this is actually a good thing for quite a few of these drivers who hadn't been to pit road yet.
A big break for a lot of teams. It was time to come to pit road.
Remember, this is Shane Singh in a 93 truck. He's out there, just came in the pits.
Sideways early.
Just sideways early and just loses control.
Really fortunate.
We've had Todd Bodine, a 2-time Truck Series champion, spin out. We've had Ron Hornaday, a 4-time Truck Series champion, spin out. And we've had a guy that's won 18 of the last 28 starts in the Truck Series, and he spins out.
And what a great job. See those back tires spinning? He was on the gas, making sure he didn't go in the outside wall. And then he got off the gas and on the brakes to keep it out of the inside wall.
And he had to get off the brake to make sure he didn't hit the inside wall.
Listen to this.
All right, roll down. Oh, no, attaboy. Good job.
We've seen that truck so close to spinning out every race. That's how hard he drives it. That time it finally got away from him, and it looked weird. He just lost it on entry. It wasn't like a bobble, a correction. It just went around on him.
At the drivers meeting, I asked Kyle Busch. I said, Kyle, we heard you on the radio. We've heard you talking in interviews, talking about how loose your truck is. And we know that you normally drive a race vehicle fairly loose. And he said, you know what, though? Kimi's truck is loose. And I don't want him to have his first experience in NASCAR be a bad one. He was more worried about Kimi Räikkönen having a good truck than his own, and right now it looks like he might want to worry about himself.
What a great opportune time here for this caution to come out is for Timothy Peters, our leader, as well as James Buescher, and for Kyle Busch. They were all getting ready to make a green flag pit stop, Hermie.
You're right, Phil. James Buescher was scheduled to come down pit road under green on lap 52. They get a chance to do it under caution. He loves his truck. A little bit on the loose side, only an air pressure adjustment. Going to be 4 tires and Sunoco fuel for James Buescher. Ray?
Kyle Busch has been out of control throughout the course of the night. Not very pleased with these tires. He called them hockey pucks earlier, said that he's sliding all over the racetrack. A wholesale changes for this number 18 team on the bottom of your screen. At the top you see our leader. Timothy Peters has pit stall number 1. He said he was about a 2 snug. They'll get him a window tear off. He will not be the first off pit road. As they go 4 tires and get plenty of fuel, he's going to lose about 6 spots.
Hornaday wins the race off of pit road.
Had to be some two tire changes there. You think, Phil?
Again, strategies all over the board here.